Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade. Today we're going to be taking a look at a long trade here on crude oil, looking for our entry at 41.86. Now, the primary reason that we're looking for an entry here is we're kind of setting up what looks to be sort of a flag, right? We've got a nice flag that's been working its way down. And inside this flag, we have this massive bear candle right here, which completely fell apart, right? We're lacking that follow through. And that lack of follow through is really giving us some clues here that we could see a reverse right back up to the highs. So because of that, we're playing it in that way. Let me get my targets in place here. And I'm also going to be playing this as if it were a news candle, right? So just like we would normally handle our news candles, we're going to be trading it that way. So we're looking for a final target. 30, around 31 is where that would be. So we'll go ahead of that at around 30, and that should put us in a safe location. So essentially, we've got a really, really nice move so far in the morning, right? If we zoom out a little bit, we are pretty much range bound if you look at the bigger picture, right? We did start the morning out just kind of grinding our way lower. We got a big push down, and they went into consolidation. They broke higher. They went into another consolidation. But then they kept breaking higher, right? We're seeing that kind of back-to-back where we just keep breaking higher every time they try to pause. So now what we're seeing is a flag back again. It's expected that, hey, guess what? They're probably going to break higher, right? That's kind of the idea that we're looking at right now. Now, along with that, you can see that we are coming into an area of importance right through here, and we bounced off that level essentially to the tick, right around that area. We're catching a big old bounce, and that's exactly where we're seeing that bouncing happening. And if we zoom in a little bit, we can also see there's somewhat of a little bit of a shelf here, right? You can see price coming across here. They came back. They gave it a little test right there. They held right there, and when they came back on that big spike down, they held it again, right? They're holding in that area. So we're getting a lot of signs that the buyers have a lot of interest in this move up. So looking for continuation back up to the upside just kind of makes sense right now, right? So we're looking for kind of using this red candle as like we would a news candle, and we're looking to double that up. So looking for 42.30 for our final target, but being a little bit conservative here, we're looking for 2 off at 42.14, just a little bit closer. Now you will notice we had a split fill, 2 at 85, 1 at 86. So the first one here at 85, we'll just cut both of them off there. 2 off at 85 will give us 29 ticks on that first portion there. And then the second part, we'll just say at 86, we'll get filled at 42.30. Right there, and that'll lock in 44. So if we can get all of them filled, we're looking at 29 and 29, and then another 44. 102 ticks on the trade. I'm glad it didn't end out to be like 99 or something. That drives me nuts. 102 ticks on the trade all the way back up. If we can get them all filled to have that kind of news candle double up on itself. We're seeing the flag highs being tested right now. If they break, we're looking even better back up to the upside. But for right now, let me clear off some of this extra clutter here, get some of that off the chart. There we go. So just looking for a little bit more continuation back up to the upside, and that's really all we're looking for. We're pretty much right in line with where you would normally see crude kind of start coming back in after it's a little bit of profit taking, right? Seeing a flag here kind of makes sense. You had this big old smash higher. It's expected to see them take some profit. Right, and now that the profit's done, they found their little balance point right off of that shelf there at around 75. Now they're able to push right back up again, and that's the reaction that we're getting. So we'll give it a little bit of time here. It might not be that long, but we're looking for our first target at 42.14. All right, we're seeing the buyers really come in here with a vengeance, coming up into our target, and then we got that target filled. So 42.14 fills for us. Now that we've got our final portion here, one more contract, let's lock our stop into one contract, get that to break even. And based on what just happened here, looking at price action, what did we have? Well, we had them kind of come back and form a little bit of a trap, right? Formed a little bit of a trap and shot right back up through the highs. That shows a huge rejection of the sellers, right? The sellers just, they don't have it anymore. They're running out of steam, and that's where they ran out of steam right there. So instead of going to break even plus one, we're going to go up here at 41.97. It's a logical place for our stop. And if that way, if it does stop us out, we lock in 11 ticks on that last portion. But it just kind of makes sense to put our stop there. So looking for the final target on a double up of that news candle there for 42.30, even though it really wasn't news. You get what I'm saying? At 42.30, and then we can lock in that last portion at 44 ticks. So far, so good. We got 2 off at 29, looking for that last little bit at 44, and we'll see if we can get that push back up again. All right, seeing the buyers give it a really, really good push back up to the highs here. We're 2 ticks away from our target. We're getting really, really close. We haven't hit that 1 tick boundary yet, but we're seeing them push up. And there they go. Well, it shifted. Came 1 tick away from our target. Now, this is where we can get a little bit tighter, right? We've got the low of this candle here at 24. We don't want to get, oh, well, it doesn't matter. We got our target filled. I was going to say we don't want to get too tight and choke the trade out, but this is because it came 1 tick from your target. You don't want to give everything back either. So you'd lock your stop in a little bit tighter. In this case, it filled this anyway, and it looks like it's still going to. Beautiful move up. Just a beautiful example of a flag, right? That's all it was. Just a really nice flag that worked its way back. Some profit taking, and once they were done with their profit taking, they found that shelf at 77. Big old rejection right back up again, and you just ride it all the way back up. Really, really solid moves, and that's exactly what we were looking for. So overall, 102 ticks on the trade, only 3 contracts, so over 1,000 on 3 contracts, definitely not bad. 1,020 on the trade, and that's going to do it. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade. Don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com, and as always, we'll catch you next time.